Former Norfolk public school teacher could spend the rest of his life in prison. Today, Ryan Elza pleaded guilty to setting a Norfolk home and car on fire in West Ghent last June. And Sparaco attended today's hearing and tells us what comes next for the 43-year-old.
It kind of puts me in a situation where it's like, oh, well, he looks good for this, so let's go for him.
It's a confession more than a year in the making. The suspicious fired a Norfolk home in June 2021. After 13 News Now spoke with former Norfolk public school teacher Ryan Elza in a jail interview last year where he claimed he didn't start the fire. The 43-year-old is now pleading guilty to the charges against him. Police arrested Elza after investigators say they found security footage of the 43-year-old carrying charcoal and lighter fluid the night of the fire.
We have evidence, of course, that he was on his front porch at the time of the fire watching everything.
Investigators say the family made it out of the home safely. The prosecutor, Jeff James, says he wants to make a final argument on behalf of the family before a judge sentences Elza.
As I want to be able to argue for as severe a sentence as I can. There were children in the house when he set it on fire. He just devastated this family, and that's the reason I didn't agree to a sentence. I want to be able to argue what I want to argue.
Now, the house where the fire started sits empty as neighbors say the family who lived there moved out. While the family members no longer live in this home, James says they are scheduled to testify in Elza's sentencing. In Norfolk, I'm Ann Sparaco for 13 News Now.
James says Elza could face up to life in prison on the arson charge and an additional 5 years for destruction of property. He is scheduled to be sentenced on December 2nd.